Aloha, everybody. Okay, thank you all. Thank you, thank you. So exciting. In 1 month, we'll all be in Singapore, right? Flying in there or flying in by then. Couple of things we wanted to kind of go over with everybody is, first off, we're assuming everybody's registered. RI shows us with 67 people registered. Hold on, let me close the door. It's pouring rain up here.
Where's our,
Okay, anyway, so 67 people registered, so hopefully everybody's gotten registered with Rotary International. You have to do that, and if you've got your rooms with us, that's a lot of what we want to sort of talk about, but we'll do everything in general because some people have housing with at our Rotary International Reserved Hotel, and others have got housing on their own. So it's different information. If you have your own housing, you're on your own. You figure it out, okay? But for everybody's sake, we've had some confusion already where people are getting in touch with us and they, we're gonna be like, right now, it's the 23rd here. Well, it's the 24th over there, less the 6 hours. So you're in a different time zone and on a different day. So you've got to pay attention to that, what day you're actually landing there. And then some people are landing there, but not going to check in, or they're checking in at the hotel at the airport rather than at their own or their room. I guess you can get rooms at the airport or something, and then going to their hotel the next day. So make sure you got all of that hotel and dates figured out, as well as when you're going to check out. And just FYI here with wine, thank you, is we got 3 Rotarians, myself, Jen Tanoy.
Hey, everybody.
And our Gila Rotarian that lives in Wisconsin, Cindy Boots. So we're already international here. So anyway, make sure you got your right dates for check-in, check-out, and your flying dates, okay? Don't let that confusion cost you money. And then everyone, we're going to have our dinner, our dinner on Sunday night. Opening ceremonies are going to be split. And you should be able to go into your registration. I think I went into mine and it says I'm in the first session. So I think they're splitting that depending on when you registered. The first half of the 25,000 people or whatever it is that registered are in the first session, and the second half in the second. So the first session and then the second, I think, starts at 3. So we're going to start our reception for dinner at like 5:30. So if you want to come, our dinner, our district dinner is on Sunday, the 26th, 5:30, starting at the Holiday Inn atrium. Okay, so it's real close to our hotel and should be easy to find. Okay, so Holiday Inn atrium, and then we're going to try and have dinner service at 6:30. Our dinner menu we selected, oops, I've got it here, is their international dinner number 2. Oops, I just had it. Okay, here it is. Our international dinner is going to be our appetizers and salads with smoked chicken and Waldorf and walnut salad, a romaine's and cherry tomato and Japanese cucumber salad with assorted dressings. The soup station will have cream of pumpkin soup, rolls and butters, wok fried beef pepper steak, braised mushroom with broccoli, braised noodles with mushrooms, fish with lemon tartar, Thai green curry chicken, and vegetarian fried rice. And our fruits will be, our desserts will be fresh fruits and assorted mini French pastries and chin tin. Is yolk would know what that is. I guess it's supposedly well, we were trying to look it up. It sounded really good. It sounds like it's got a whole lot of different, like a pudding or something with a lot of different things in it. So all the food, and what we selected that one because it has so many different variety, including vegetarian. So we don't have to worry about it, and it'll be buffet style. So we don't have to worry about, you know, what you ordered, when you ordered it, separate menu items and stuff. We wanted to be able to get there, start our beverages and have a lot of camaraderie, and then have a wonderful dinner that would be buffet style. So when it comes to beverages, they will have lots and lots of sodas and coffee and tea and that, all you want to drink. And we're selecting that we can bring our own alcoholic beverages. So you can bring your own wine. And I have not gotten clarification on beer. The lady there and I have missed each other's phone calls the last 2 days. So, but we know we can bring wine, and we think beer. I last talked to her about if you wanted mixed drinks, that you would then be able to order them from their bar. So we want to make sure they have enough cocktail waitress service to handle this. We're hoping to have at least 70 from our group attend. That means you and your guest, and hopefully, and the cost is right now, we're hoping to be able to keep it at $80, or we won't go over that. And that is going to include your whole dinner and the tip and the use of the room and the taxes they have on it, their hotel fees, as well as any of the beverages you drink outside of the wine. I will also be bringing a number of bottles of wine, and that to make sure we have plenty of beverages for everybody. So do we have any questions right now yet about the dinner on Sunday, the 26th?
Okay, Sunday the 26th, where?
It's at the Holiday Inn Atrium. Okay, there's a couple of Holidays Inn in Singapore, so the Holiday Inn Atrium. And
which restaurant at the hotel?
Okay.
There's 3 restaurants.
Okay,
there.
and she just put it in, Naomi just put it in, and the address is 317 Outram, Outram Road in Singapore. So we think it'll be very easy for a walk, an easy walk. Yoke, you were there. You've been to both hotels. Is that an easy walk between the hotels?
Yes, it's a very easy walk. Those of you staying at the Grand Waterfront Copthorne, it's just across the street. You will see it. You got to be blind not to see it. You'll be able to see it. The subway station stop is for both of the hotels. And the Holiday Inn Atrium is really nice. Regarding which restaurant is upstairs, they will have signage. I believe they will have signage to, list the name of the event, and you should be able to find it easily.
Hey,
And was that a sign-up event? I don't know if we've been signing up for so long, I've forgotten which things we've signed up for.
we just recently sent that up so you can sign up, so we know how many people are coming, and you can go ahead and prepay. So
Okay.
I'll ask Naomi to send that out to everybody again. So if you've already done it, maybe we'll make a list of, if we're okay, we'll make a list of those that we've already had sign up and pay. And then that way there, we're not, it can help confirm that you've paid. And they're going to give us a really nice ballroom. At first, the ballroom we were going to have would have not had windows. Our reception was going to be in one room, our earlier part with windows, and then we would be in one, but they're upgrading us to a nicer area with really beautiful windows overlooking the city. So that should be really spectacular. Yeah. It's going to be something different. So I think it's not the stellar ballroom. Anyway, they're upgrading us. So we'll get all of that final information here soon. Okay. Yeah, let me see. I might have it here in my notes. And we can stay till like 10, 11 o'clock. We got plenty of time to be there. So yeah, we're hoping that those that are in the second session of the grand of the grand opening ceremony for Rotary, you'll still have plenty of time. It'll be ended way before 5. You can get back to you can get to the hotel, the Holiday Inn, probably back to depending on where your house is, but definitely get to the Holiday Inn atrium with plenty of time to relax and enjoy everything. So we think we should be in really good shape with that time frame. Yo,
Nancy, I found the
Yeah.
email that Eugene sent us from Singapore, and I'll type
Yeah.
in the chat space, which ballroom is that, okay?
okay, so okay, I'm not finding that on all my printed paper. Which room, ballroom did she say?
It is, we've been upgraded to level 4, the Changi Ballroom.
Chung-E. Okay, that's it. Chung-E Ballroom, yes.
Right.
Level 4.
CHIANG.
CHANGI. Just like the Changi Airport.
Okay. Chung-E Ballroom on level 4 at the Holiday Inn Atrium, which is at 317 Tron Room, OUTRAM Road in Singapore, right across the street from our Grand Waterfront hotel. So think we should find it. Hopefully we don't lose anybody. We also have our WhatsApp that we've put out there, and we'll start trying to publicize a lot more information on that. So, our dinner dress is casual. Many people will be coming right from the grand opening of the convention. So, just come. And we're asking maybe people for our opening ceremonies for the international conference to wear maybe the shirt that you have for Mark's year, the nice darker blue one. And so wear that one at our opening ceremonies. And then at our closing ceremonies, wear the new turquoise one that is for Ted's year. So so hurry up, get your shirts so we can hopefully have both your blue one to wear at opening ceremonies and the darker blue one and your turquoise blue one for the closing. Okay, that would just be really fun to look alike, because we know those that have been before. Some of these districts come really dressed. You want to get a Hawaii flag for me? So anyway, and then when we comes to our sessions where we're going to be anyway, what we're going to be, I'm going to try and get there, and we're going to try and get a whole lot of us to get to it early if possible, and have a space that we can try and sit together as much as possible. And I will have a whole lot of flags so we can try and really show off that we're from Hawaii. I'm going to get them cut a little shorter so they're easier in the suitcase, but easy to handle, or pop them in your big purses. So anyway, I'll have flags, and we'll try and have sort of an area. I find that kind of comforting when I've been to conventions I've been to, that I can kind of reconnect with Hawaii people instead of sort of sitting in the middle of everywhere. Although I've met wonderful people from around the world too. So, but we'll try and have a session. So some of that we'll try and put together on our WhatsApp too. Okay.
Chat, there's a link for the sign up.
Okay. Already in your, what's that, the WhatsApp?
Chat.
The chat room, right here in your chat room to this, and we'll leave this up for a while. Naomi's added the link to sign up for Sunday night's dinner. Okay. So you can go into that and make your sign up and make the payment. Okay. So that should be pretty good. I've got more questions.
Oh, I have a question.
Okay,
Sorry.
David.
I'm sorry, I'm new. This is my first conference, so I don't have WhatsApp, so I have to go and download the app.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And the second question is kind of stupid, but I already put my deposit for the hotel. So do I need to contact the hotel to know when I'm coming in? Because I think I'm gonna come in a little earlier when the convention starts.
So I think, David, you're in our Rotary International, the Grand Waterfront Cape
Yes.
Front. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That has to go through your changes. You should be able to look up when you made your reservations. It should show up. We can try, and we're not always able to get everybody's. Naomi, can you pipe in? Because I know I can find my dates, but we have to look and see what we have for everybody else's dates. And then we
Yeah.
can try and let you know. And that is the main thing. One of the main reasons for this tonight is we we need to make sure you update whatever dates. Now, they're not, we don't have an absolute, but I think by a week ahead of time, we have to have any changes. If you want to add on dates beforehand, we're not sure those are open. Some
Yeah.
people tried to add on dates at the, before the convention and it was already booked. The hotel was booked. So
Okay,
we, like myself and some of us coming from Hilo, have already made secondary reservations at the Holiday Inn Atrium. They had
Okay.
rooms at a very comparable price. Although those rooms, I don't think include your breakfast, your continental breakfast in the morning, where the waterfront, Grand Waterfront does include your continental breakfast in the morning. So
Okay.
that's that difference. But what we really absolutely need to know is who is gonna be in your room. You need to let us know, and you can send us, your name, your
Just me?
primary
Just
Rotarian name, and who
Just-
else is
just
in,
you.
yeah, who else is in your room with you? Okay, like I initially signed up for 3 rooms. I've already given 1 room out to another Rotarian in our community that needed something. But I've got the 2 rooms and now I've got to make sure I confirm with my other people what date they're coming and leaving and exactly the names of who's coming
So,
in. those
yeah, so
rooms.
Naomi just saw a message that I reserved my room on the 25th.
Okay,
So if I come early, I'm gonna have to call them up or find another hotel, yeah?
I think if you're gonna come early, let us know, let Naomi and I know, because we have to let any of the changes, it's kind of the pain in the ass about being
Okay.
in the group room. It's got to go through Rotary International, because they booked all these rooms and we're sort of the
Yeah,
sub
okay.
tenant. You're the
Okay.
I'm the subtenant, you're the
Okay.
sub tenant.
okay, I will let Naomi know. She just
Okay.
sent me a message, so I haven't booked my tickets yet because I just got my passport. So that's a good thing.
Oh.
So I want to make sure I can, when I book my ticket, at least I got a place to stay. I don't want to be homeless in Singapore. My
Yeah,
first
yeah.
couple of months.
I
Yeah.
think a Rotarian will take you in somewhere,
Well,
so.
I can shack up with Dale.
There you go. Okay, Dale, you got a roommate or several maybe. Okay, those are the things we really want to iron out, especially email us. Don't call and leave me a message. Tell Naomi and I exactly who's in your room. And then
Okay,
that way there, especially if it's anybody different than what you may have originally signed up
Gotcha.
with. So
Okay.
that way there we know to let our Rotary International, because they're gonna let the hotel know. Once you're at the hotel, our understanding is if you're gonna make any changes or do anything, you would just go to the front desk. But
Okay.
prior to your check-in, or prior to your day for check-in, you need to go through Rotary International, which means you gotta go through us, which means you go through Naomi, because
Okay.
she's really on good terms, and we're sending cookies, Big Island cookies and candies from the Hawaii to the ladies over there.
Okay, good. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you. I've been to Singapore once, but this is my first convention, so
okay.
It's
Well,
20
conventions are
22
really
yeah.
exciting.
took me 24 years to get to one.
Okay, well, I think it took me 30 something, so you're okay. Okay. Judy, did you have a question or just your dog barking? Okay,
I have a question.
okay, go ahead.
Yu York. Is she there?
Yeah, Yoke, you there? Yes, you're there somewhere.
Yes, who is
There.
that?
It's Jen.
Jen,
Hey, real quick question. We mentioned transportation and you mentioned that the subway stops right in front of the hotel.
Yes.
Is it the same subway that you could from the airport? Or do you have to go like Japan, you have to go somewhere else and then get on the regular subway?
You have to. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you can take the subway, the MRT from the airport to your hotel, but it's not a direct line. You'll have to connect. But because you're coming from the airport, I highly suggest that you take a cab.
Yeah, correct.
And your first day, you don't want to be confused in the subway. You need to orientate yourself. So depending on what time of the day you arrive too, the cab is the most preferred transportation.
Thank you.
And
I-
then.
I recommend that too, because you're gonna have your bags and all that. And it's everything's so relatively close compared to anything on the Big Island, you know, so it should be, and the exchange rate is quite good, so. I think
Yeah, and
we can
it's
all-
about a 30-minute ride, depending on the traffic and time of day. And at the airport, there's great signages once you get out of the, inside the terminal, after you get your check-in luggage, you see signs where it says taxi lineup or pickup rides. Pickup rides refer to the likes of Grab, which is another version of Uber. But just take the regular taxi first. Okay, I see another question on the chat room. Nancy, is it okay for me
Yes,
to
yes,
address
yes,
the
answer, yeah, I
visa?
have it.
Okay, you
Yes.
don't need a visa to go to Singapore if you stay less than 90 days or so. But you do need to fill out a disembarkation form. In the attachment that Naomi sent out in the email, there are two attachments. One is that travel information. Please read that. It's got the information regarding the form that you have to fill out, the digital form. It's really easy.
Okay,
Yeah, that's the one.
what did I touch wrong? Okay, oh, I see it, okay, there it is. She's sharing screen with some of that information, okay.
So
Good.
to
Well,
do this form, you need to do it within 3 days of your arrival.
Yeah.
And you can put it on your phone, but I really encourage you to print it out in case the internet on your phone isn't working. So in order to fill that form out, you need your passport, contact information, travel information, accommodation. So usually they'll ask, what flight you're in, what's the address of your hotel. Okay, but you do not need a visa for us to go.
okay.
Hey.
Yeah, excellent, good. That reminds me, when I went to Australia last year, I hadn't set up my phone and my internet before I went. Very frustrating. I was ready last month at Japan. So make sure you get your charge cards to where your charge card company knows that you're traveling and will approve your charge cards while you're traveling. And make sure you get your phone, and if you're bringing a hotspot to go with your computer or your, whatever electronic information devices, make sure you do that. And I think also, I think it's good to bring one of those adapters for the plugs. Because I know that in some of the hotels, you need to have the adapter to be able to plug in your electronical chargers and that into the apparatus there. Okay, so all the hotels I've been in have the basic things like hair dryers and irons and that, or they'll bring them to you. So you don't need to bring that kind of stuff, but your electronic stuff, bring your adapter for your plug hookup, and make sure that your
right.
provider, what's that?
Make sure it's the right
Yeah,
adapter.
yeah, with the right adapter. I've got one with all this international. Hopefully it's gonna work. So
There's one is universal, and it's good for all the different countries that have different kilowatts.
yeah, it's got little buttons on it. I got a couple of those. So yes,
Yeah.
that's what you need for sure. Otherwise, very frustrating. And make sure you go down, if you either do it online or go down to your phone and your internet or your whatever device provider, and make sure you got yourself set up for, I still work, so I'm gonna need to be able to do office work while I'm there. So that's always important to do, okay? Also, make sure that, there's a lot of stuff starting to come in now, sign up for. So the notice should have gone out to everybody to sign up for the zone breakfast. I think there's still room on that. And it's like $95 for breakfast. I've talked to some people, they're going like, well, how good a breakfast is it? Well, I think you're paying for the camaraderie of being with your zone people. I've already signed up, of course, because now I have friends in our zone 26. So you want to, weigh out whether that's something you want to go to, but the zone breakfast, I've gone the other 2 years, it's been good food and it's kind of a big buffet style, but it's also the camaraderie. So again, whether the price is right or not, but it's a great way to get to know other Rotarians that are, you know, us here in District 5000, we're in Zone 26, which includes a lot of Southern California, also parts of Arizona soon. So that's our zone. So if you you know, that's kind of fun to get to know people that are geographically pretty close to our meetings and to us, okay? So if you want to come, definitely sign up for that. If, depending on your situation or your status with foundations, you'll get invitations to sign up for different foundation events. And some of those they charge for if you're in a legacy member or that, or different levels of that, those events might be comp to you. There's also a lot of events happening a couple of days beforehand, especially our youth events. So look for those type of events, especially if you're involved with youth service or it's something of interest. Look for that you can want to go to those events. Like Jen's going to want to go to those events. I know that. Yes. So, those are really, really inspiring events to go to. So look for those events. I see Liz is here somewhere, and Liz might know. I haven't seen it, but in Melbourne, I got to go to a couple of the, there's fellowship events that happen. So if you're a member of these different fellowships, you should get notifications ahead of time. And I haven't seen the wine fellowship come out with their events, but last year I ended up at 2 of them. And they were really, really nice to go to. So Liz, have you know anything about the wine fellowship?
Yeah, I know that they haven't set it up yet, and the person who's in charge of setting it up is Stan Galansky. You remember Stan, who's going to be the RI president's rep at our district conference.
Okay.
Conrad delegated the job to him to set up the wine dinners, and he hasn't gotten it done yet. So we will see him in 2 weeks, and hopefully by then he will have it all set up. But
okay.
I don't know when they're going to be. There will be something, but not as elaborate and as in previous years, or perhaps more elaborate because it'll be more expensive, but not as widely available. They're planning smaller things.
Okay.
Apparently the hang up is it's very expensive to do a good dinner with a lot of wine in Singapore. So it's just not set up yet, but thanks for asking that.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm a member of the Whiskey Fellowship too. And I just joined the Anti-Slavery Fellowship. If as Rotarians, you haven't heard about fellowships, you could go on to Rotary International and the fellowship. There is a fellowship for everything you can imagine: gardening, lawyers, sailing, you name it, we have a fellowship out there. And a lot of, probably well over 100 of them have booths there at the House of Friendship. And you can go get a lot of information about anything you're interested in and connect with people. So, so it's better, so it's definitely a great thing to get into your fellowship. And if they're having an event, to jump into that would probably be enormous amounts of fun to do so. Be it through like lawyers or your accounting. I saw one. I mean, I've got a list of them all. There's so many out there. So if you're that, or you're interested in creating one here in our district, definitely go get more information. Okay. Okay. And also to get cash, Yoke, that might, Yoke, it might be interesting. Do you think we should do our exchange? Do we need a debit card to get an exchange for cash at the airport, and should we do the exchange at an airport ATM machine, or should we look to come out and go to a bank, or should we look to exchange our money while we're here in Hawaii? And if so, might where we go, which bank would have that?
No,
Well,
the last time I went to Singapore, there is money exchange kiosks around the city. So all you have to do is exchange the $100, get your $100 bills, and they'll give you Singapore dollars.
Okay, so that's if you have $100 cash. Well, what if you come with your charge card? They're going to charge you a fee. I'm sure of that. So, Yeah,
I usually come up with cash. I usually bring
yeah,
some cash with me. I recommend that. I wouldn't recommend using your debit card.
okay,
I recommend you bring cash if you're going
Okay.
to, if you want Singapore dollars, you should bring cash. And
okay,
when you
agree.
go to the bank, make sure that you ask them for good, clean, crispy $100 bills, because sometimes they won't take bills if it's all old and crinkly. Yeah.
okay. So we go to the bank in Hawaii, get our
Your
clean
bank,
crisp $100 bills.
$100. Yeah.
On how much we want to, well, and they're gonna take our charge card at a lot of places, you know,
Yeah.
when we're shopping. So we just need the cash for tipping maybe. And that's another question is, do we tip or not? In Japan, we were told not to tip.
No, tipping is not a common thing because in your restaurant bills, they already have a service charge in addition to the sales tax.
Okay.
So tipping is not necessary unless you feel really compelled to do so, which is fine. Cash, I would suggest, depending on how long you stay there and what you want to spend on. Most places, like Nancy says, they take charge cards. I wouldn't use debit card. I would use a credit card.
Okay,
In case you have any dispute, your credit cards in the US are really good to help with the disputes. When you go to the hawker centers, the open air food stalls, most, some of them don't take credit cards. The food courts in the shopping malls take credit card. But outside of that, the mom and pops, they usually just take cash. So, I would say anywhere between, 200 Singapore dollars would be fine. If you need more, you can always exchange more.
okay. That's really excellent, yeah, because I know when I was in Japan too, we went to the flea market. Well, of course, we needed cash there, so I was always borrowing money from Jen. So, no, it's so exciting to that, and this is fantastic information because this makes life so much easier. I'm trying to address a couple of questions. The zone breakfast is, I signed up for it. I don't know if it's in my paperwork. It's over there probably.
It's
Think the
Monday
20
morning.
Monday morning, I think, yeah, the 27th is the 27th, I think, on Monday morning. And that, the nice thing about it being in the morning, there's not a lot of competition. As the day goes on, you're gonna find like, you might want to sign up for one event, like there's host hospitality. I think that's already filled, but there's things you can do that are already, might be already filled up. Okay, here we are. Oh, Tuesday, the 28th, sorry. And it's zone 26 and 27 together.
Are you?
Okay, and it starts at 7 a.m., but it gives us most time. Thank you, Naomi. You're so wonderful.
Yeah,
Copy.
Nancy, I
Yeah.
have 2 tickets. I have 2 extra tickets to the host hospitality dinner. If
Okay,
anybody's interested, because it is closed out.
okay, well, Judy's got two tickets for host hospitality that I'm sure you could buy from her. So good. Excellent. I think I got 1 or 2 also. I mean, I'm gonna go myself too.
Yeah, I've been ordering along.
Yeah, you've been signing up for everything, huh? There you go.
I've
So,
been
okay, when
trying.
somebody wants some, there's Judy and that, and we can connect with her. She'll obviously bring them with her and we can connect and you can get them that way.
Right.
Yes,
And
yeah.
the
So
zone,
Monday
where did
night,
you
I
get,
think host hospitality is night.
where did you get information about the zone breakfast? I don't think I've received anything.
It did.
Yeah, Naomi just put it up. It is, I'm sorry, it's zone 26 and 27. I signed up so long ago and it's on Tuesday morning, the 28th.
But I mean,
So,
how do you sign up? Is there a sign up link?
Should have gotten you
Yeah, you
invited.
should have
Okay.
got an invite, but we can try and put that together to where we can see. So what Naomi just put up there, and it does have a register now, but this might be older. So I don't think it's filled, but I remembered it was 95, which is 95 US dollars because it's 129 Singapore
Okay.
dollars. Okay.
Because I've been watching WhatsApp, but
Yeah, okay, we can
Let's
try
see.
and fill that up with a whole lot more information and
Let's
get
see.
that to everybody, okay?
The,
Nancy, this is Sandy.
Yay,
I'm on the
Sandy.
Big West Breakfast Committee. It
Oh,
is
good.
not sold out, so please, if anyone is interested, you can sign up. I can put a link in the WhatsApp again. We did it one time before, and Naomi has also shared the link with you folks. You
Okay.
don't need an invitation. Anyone can just register to come.
Okay, good. There you
Okay.
go. The other message from Nestorio was, don't stay out too late at the host hospitality dinner because you got to get up the next morning to go to the zone breakfast. It starts at
And-
7, but I know it's several hours because I think both years I was never there at 7, I can assure you. So I'm not a
Is-
morning person.
Is there a way of letting us know if we've already signed up?
Oh,
It's
Sandy,
been
can
so
you
long,
answer
I've
that? I
forgotten what.
think, yeah, most of the time when I've tried to sign up for something twice, it tells me I'm already there. So you don't change your name in the middle of this. But Sandy, can you answer that if there's a way that it's going to make sure they haven't already signed up?
When you go into the registration, it's going to link you to this DAC-DB, which is like our Club Runner registration site. And so if you input your name information, your registration should pop up.
Okay, good.
And if it doesn't, then it probably means you haven't registered.
Okay. Because that's the stuff that you registered for.
Yeah, okay, another question was arriving at 11:30 p.m. and we might be on the same, I think I land that time too on Tuesday night, Monday, Tuesday, whatever day it is over there.
Korea.
But will the money changers be open or not? If they're ATMs, they would be open, I would think, but I don't know if the money booths would be open. You Yoke, do you know if there's a booth there, or that better yet, we just come with our
Remember the
initial
records.
cash
I,
ready?
I don't think the money exchanges would be open that late.
Okay.
But that's why it's good to take the cab, because most cabs, I believe all cabs take credit cards.
Okay,
Oh,
And then you can exchange your money at the hotel the next day just to tie you through. And then find an exchange agent, money exchanger to do it. There's quite a bit of money exchange stores within the malls. So
Okay.
even at the convention center, I want to say there should be 1 or 2 in that mall. But I can find out, but the hotels can change the rates. It's not that much more,
okay,
and it's so much more convenient.
yeah.
okay, good, because and again, I found that, a good charge card or two gets you almost everything. It's just that occasional time you need some cash. So it's almost, especially if it's easy to make the exchange, don't exchange too much, because then when you're leaving the airport, you're going to want to exchange it back. And if you're at 11:30 p.m. and the actual booth is closed, you're not going to be able to probably do that through a machine. So be cautious as to how much you exchange. I know there's people in this group that are such international travelers. Sonia, did you have a question? No. Okay. More questions.
Real quick, so got the email about the big Rotary International breakdown of everything, all the events that's gonna happen. It's gonna be what, 2:00 in the morning, Hawaii time? Are we taping that?
So if you register for it, you will get a recording of it.
Okay,
So I registered, so I can send the recording to everybody.
Okay, thank you, Naomi. Well, I might be up at 2, remind me, okay? Okay, Eva Gold, do you have a question?
Yes, when I go into the app, the opening section is closed. I want to attend it.
Oh, okay. The opening session is gonna be, if you've registered, it's gonna be assigned to you. You don't sign up for it. And it's gonna be the first session is, I think they're dividing it between the 50% of the people that came early, that registered first will get you don't get to pick and choose. And that starts at noon time. And then the second session starts at 3:00. And so you've got the two, Naomi, can you correct me if I know the second one I think is 3, what time they start? they will let you know that. And if you look at your registration, I pulled mine up just the other day to see what did I signed up for. And when I showed it, and all of a sudden, for the first time ever, it said first session right after it said opening session, and then it said first session. And then it listed that I had signed up for the things I had signed up for, but it did not include the host hospitality, and it didn't include, I don't think it included zone breakfast. So it's including other things that are Rotary International, their events. A zone event is not an RI event, so it didn't include that. It included a foundation thing or two I'd signed up for. So, and the host hospitality is not a RI event. So do not think that when you pull up Rotary International, your registration, you could have more than what we may have signed up for more than that. So those things will be separate. I hate computers. So everything like that, I try and print for myself. And before I go, I'm going to put everything in some kind of chronological order, so I remember where to go and when I have to be there, and etc. So
I ordered some hot dogs, but I didn't have a chance to cut it
Oh,
up.
Sonia, you're live.
Oh.
Okay, here's a
Hello.
list
Hi,
of,
Sonia.
yeah, here's a list of when the meetings are. So okay, oops.
Okay, so
Thank you, Nancy.
if I
But
can
if-
add, if on the opening sessions, when you go back to your registration for Rotary International, it tells you if you're first or second session. So the first session, opening session is at 9 a.m. to 11, and the second one is 3 to 5. Okay, so they said that you cannot ask to be reassigned to another session, but if you go there, you can maybe go standby. So if they have enough seats, you can get in, but you got to go standby.
Yeah, I want to group with you folks. That's why I want to
Well-
follow your group.
We will have Hawaii people in both sessions. I'm absolutely certain of that. And as we get closer, Naomi and I will try and identify who's going to be, because both she and I are in the first session. We'll try and identify who's going to be in the second session, because I want to make sure they have our flags, right? So we got to have our flags at both sessions. So we will try and identify somebody. I'm going 3 days early to the convention, so I can check out the Holiday Inn atrium for our food situation. I can buy some wine, and I can get settled in and make sure that we're all organized, okay? So, and then we'll find out who we can sort of assign to. One of the other things we wanted to do, and that's kind of why and we'll send out how to be sure you can get on this chat and on our email, how to get into the WhatsApp to be able to communicate. Because if you know other people are going to go to something, it's so much nicer to connect with them, especially to the opening and closing sessions, because we're not supposed to go, like, I would come and lay down on five chairs and see if anybody's going to move me, but we're not supposed to do that. So I give Naomi gray hairs, right?
Understand Chinese style.
Yeah. So, but we're going to try and have it organized. So we might get 10 people to go in there, and you save 20 seats, or you save 30 because you put a couple between you and you put all your junk on those seats. So people won't come and want to sit there, right? You know how we can do that. Anyway, so we want to, and then we're going to try probably each time there's sessions in the big room that we try and follow up with those. Okay. And that way there too, if you're going to be, and we'll get the WhatsApp is free. So we'll get that through to everybody. And I'm not a big computer person, so you won't see me on it often, but you might go into WhatsApp. Hey, we're going to go up to the whatever sightseeing thing. Does anybody want to catch go with us? And you might have some other district Rotarians who say, that sounds like fun, or we're going to be somewhere, or let's go support the workshop. Like last year, I know we wanted to support the workshop that was given with a lot of wonderful information about the hospital that was built in Nepal. So people told me about that. So I went to that because our district was involved with that. But because I wasn't personally involved, I might not have known to go, except that other people in our district said, come support that workshop. So that way there we have a lot of, and it was a big room and really full of an amazing presentation. So some of that is what we'll try and share on WhatsApp, okay? So everybody can share on WhatsApp, whatever you're up to. Okay, any more questions? You Yoke, you've got more information for us. You know everything.
I don't know everything. If I knew everything, I would be the Prime Minister of Singapore.
Okay, well, you are in Singapore. Are you already in Singapore now?
No, I leave on May 4th.
Okay, well, you're gonna be there way ahead of us, okay?
Yeah, I will be there. And Nancy, Naomi, feel free to message me if you need any help interfacing with the hotels or
Okay.
whatever. Yeah, I started
Perfect.
looking into the maps. You
Okay,
talked
good.
about that day.
I'm trying to get, I'm an old fashioned person and I love maps. Even if I love printed maps because then I mark all the places I go to. And I got them here for my scrapbook I'm going to make in 100 years when I retire. So anyway, I love maps. So I've asked you, Yoke, to try and find us a bunch of maps so I can give each group of people a map so they can kind of, if all else fails and your phone doesn't work,
love
you've got a
maps
printed
too.
map knowing where you're supposed to go. Okay.
And just to verify, Yoke, as far as the correspondence, we can just go ahead and text you Nancy can just text you on your regular number, correct?
Correct. My cell number, correct.
Okay. Okay, perfect. And then, okay, I'll put our district governor, Mark, do you have any comments or you're thrilled to not be in charge of this? Wait, you're muted.
Sorry. No, I'm very much looking forward to spending a few days with Hawaii Rotarians. I'm just so pleased that we have such a large contingent. When I mentioned it to Gordon McAnally last week while he was here, he was shocked that we had 65 people going from Hawaii. He is very, very happy.
We actually have a lot more than that, but that's 67 Rotarians who have signed up for the convention. And I know that many people are bringing partners and friends that are not even Rotarians. So we're hoping to have 70 people for dinner. If not, bring a friend, find someone on the street, have them come. Well, we also have different Rotarian friends and stuff. So hopefully we get to that number. And if we're really low of that, I'm going to invite my new Rotarian friends from my Hiroshima sister club.
Nancy,
yes.
Nancy, would you like to invite Kwai Wai from the Changi Rotary Club for the dinner?
Yes, I think that would be good because we're so early. It's at the very opening day of the actual convention, and he would be able to help provide information and help be able to answer questions, give us answers to questions we don't even know yet. Good, excellent. Yes,
Okay.
and a guest, and I would be honored to pay their dinner. Okay, so the two
Okay,
of
I'll
them.
touch base with you on the sidebar with you after today.
Okay, perfect. Okay, good. More questions from anyone? Okay,
So Nancy?
Naomi.
Oh, wait, Judy, you have something?
Yeah, in terms of the shirts, I tried to order a lot and thought I had a long time ago, and we never got them. And I don't see any size except 2X and 3X and 4X.
Okay, so Ted has put in another order. So right now they're taking pre-orders. So it's going to take a little bit of time for the shirts to get to you, but we'll make sure that you get it in time to wash it and take it to the convention. But he had to get them made. That's why there's a difference.
Okay. So the order is probably in, because I had done it right after I got information from him.
Yep. So if you got a
Okay.
confirmation, you're good.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
I'm embarrassed to say, I don't think I ordered any shirts. I can't remember what I have and what I don't, because there's so many different Rotary shirts. But
Where's
I can sidebar with Naomi and Nancy too.
Okay. So we set up a club runner event list, so you can put in if you want to share what you've signed up for, so if you're going to host hospitality or breakfast or going to some of the events, you can, if you want to share, put that in and we'll give everybody the list. So if you are at the same hotel, you're going to the same place, you can see who's going. Okay, so please go back to the event runner and put in what you signed up for, and then we'll share that list. If you put it in, we're going to share it. Okay, so that way you can have some company to go to the events. Okay, also that's the same place to sign up for the Sunday dinner, so you can pay through the Club Runner at that location. So that QR code is to get into that registration. Okay, so I wanted to share a couple of things. So the time, make sure you know that the time is the next day. And if you go 18 hours ahead or 6 hours behind, that's how that time goes. So remember the time difference between Honolulu, Hawaii and Singapore. The wattage, so you want to try and look for the plug that has those 3 prongs. So an adapter is good. Sometimes they have USB ports, so you can just plug in with a USB cord. But if you don't have that, sometimes you can go to the front desk and borrow an adapter. The weather is going to be really hot and humid, so please be aware it's going to be in the 80s, really hot. You don't need to get a visa, but you do need to get that arrival card 3 days before you, up to 3 days when you get there. So that's the URL, the link to get into there. And if you go back to that form, that information sheet, I have the link in there. Then there's this thing about what not to do in Singapore. There's a lot of things, but they're saying that you don't need to tip because they usually add it to the bill. If they do bill it, have that on your restaurant bill. Don't jaywalk, don't chew gum, don't litter, don't bring drugs because you can get arrested. Watch out for their customs. Don't pee in public. Yeah, we don't do that. So,
That's weird.
this is from the internet, so I'm just copying what they have. Don't dress too revealing. So especially if you go to the temples, sometimes you have to take off your shoes. If you're bargaining with people at the vendors, don't do it too vigorously because it's not common in Singapore. Be punctual, and okay, again, don't chew gum. So wanted to share that list.
Okay.
Yeah, those are really good tips for universal living. Everyone that has been to Singapore that knows we're going has told us what an amazing, beautiful, amazing city that is to visit. So I think we're all going to have a wonderful time. I'm really thrilled and so happy that so many of us will be joining together. So yeah, and if you haven't registered already for the convention, you still have time. So get registered ASAP. And if for some reason you thought, oh my God, I'm not sure I can go, your cancellation fee with Rotary International is only $50. So you're in better shape, get registered and just plan on getting there, okay? And we won't let anybody have to be homeless, David, so don't worry about that. We'll figure it out somewhere here. We'll get a futon on the floor somewhere, okay? So anyway, any more questions? Okay, this is what the fabric looks like. This is the fabric for Mark's shirt. Okay, that's what it is. It's a
Ted shirt.
I'm sorry,
shirt.
Ted. Yeah, Mark, Ted. I'm sorry. Easily confused. So this is Ted's. It's a kind of an aqua blue color. It's a really pretty blue color. Looks good on me. And then a dark blue in the middle of it. I've already got some great earrings that match. I'm sure that's important to all of you. So yeah, I have Mark's also. I try and keep my earring selection up to date. So anyway, so it's a really nice shirt. So definitely, and Mark's actually got the color on now, I think. How nice of you to support Ted. So anyway, I thought I saw Ted, but so get your shirts ordered so you can get them on time, okay? We'll hopefully get them all. You get your shirt so we don't have to try and have somebody else carry it over for you. The nice thing is because it'll be so hot, you don't have to worry about a big winter jacket or your long, your silk
Snowshoes.
long johns or your big boots or covered shoes and stuff, okay? Or your woolly hat or something, or your gloves. So it should be lighter, and then you got room in your suitcase to go shopping and bring stuff home. Okay, any more questions? Naomi, any more
Yes,
information?
yes,
Okay,
yes. This is if I go. My question is, can I wear the 3/4 pants on and sandal?
It's capris.
3/4
Oh, yeah.
pants
Oh, I don't think there's any problem there. You yoke, there's no
and
problem
sandal
with her
also?
wearing like 3/4 capri pants, right? That would be,
Yes, yes.
Should be okay. If you're going to restaurants or anywhere, should be okay. I just don't know about the event, organized by the Rotary International. How formal or semi-formal they are. But otherwise, outside of that, the capri pants and sandals are very good.
yeah. And I think if you've signed up for any, and obviously for the zone breakfast in the morning, that would be good in the morning hot time. If you've signed up for something like the foundation formal dinner, they're gonna say formal or semi-formal wear or something. So they'll tell you, in which case, unless your capri pants are, glitter and gold, you might want to avoid them. And then, but other than that, you're probably in pretty good shape. So look to that event. And because it's going to be so hot, there's probably going to be a lot, and you're so beautiful and gorgeous and petite. Yeah, I might not wear capri pants with my fat legs, but you're probably okay for that. Okay.
I
Yeah,
have a
no,
fat leg
it's-
too, but
Again,
I
you gotta
like
be
the,
comfortable.
yes. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we got one new
Okay,
message.
so for the attire, it says business casual or convention wear, whichever, I don't know what convention wear is.
Yeah. Well,
Suits.
and
Polo shirts.
polo shirts. Yeah.
Polo
Your
shirts and
your
suits.
convention wear, I'm bringing 4 Rotary shirts and I'm good to go for the whole time. But it's such an international setting, and I mean, and I'm still impressed with the countries from Africa that come, and they're all dressed in such a beautiful, beautiful clothing and attire. You know what country they came from just from their dress and that. So we just want to make sure we're representative of a good, beautiful tropical Hawaii. So I think we'll be in pretty good shape there in a hot, muggy climate.
Yeah, I think for all intents and purposes for the Rotary events, your regular aloha wear would be great. Will be
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Bring your Sig Zane dresses, girls. I got one. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything more? Naomi, any more input you've had? Thank you so much for putting all that together. You're just always right there. Okay. Anyone else? Questions? Feel free to WhatsApp us or email myself and Naomi, and we'll try and get back to you. Absolutely. Give us the name of who's in your room. If you think that's already set, we won't hear from you. But otherwise, let us know so we can confirm and make sure. And the only difference is if you're going and it's only in your name and your guest for the second person in your room is not there, the hotel may not be willing to acknowledge them. Now, I would assume that once you check in and you give them that name, it'd probably be okay in case they get locked out, they might get a key. You just want to make it as easy and convenient and avoid as many little hassles as possible. So keep
Well,
us
also-
posted.
Also, it includes breakfast. And so
That's
that's why
right.
if you have 2 people, the price is a little more because of breakfast.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. It's a little bit more because of the breakfast every day. So make sure you let us know who's on your room, so you got that breakfast included, and they can come and go and have breakfast, get the key, whatever, if they get locked out. And then you yourself double check your dates for coming and going. And if you need additional rooms earlier, let us know. If anything happens, you cannot come, you'll lose the $520 unless we can resell your room. So we probably have people out there, because I think that I've got people that have signed up in the Holiday Inn Atrium already. And that's like a standard normal hotel that they can cancel up till like a week ahead of time or something. So we probably have people we can get to take your room, but we don't want all of you to come, okay? So be sure you come.
Nancy, one question. When
Yes,
I looked at when this convention initially was on the website, they, I believe those who booked the hotel through the agent,
yes,
there will be, every person will be getting like a packet. You get a transportation card to use the public transportation. I remember reading that. And they
okay.
said that before the convention, they'll send you information about it, but I don't know if they have posted the website or updated it.
Okay, I remember reading about that too, so we'll find out and make sure everybody's got as much information as possible. Otherwise, bring in some cash to do exchange for your money after you get there easy. Unless you're gonna do a lot of flea market type settings and small food areas, you should be okay with a charge card. Make sure your charge card, your phone, your internet connectivity is all up to date and ready to go international, okay? And look at all of your, sign up for our app, WhatsApp, and Naomi will help send that out again. She's so good. And she's gonna WhatsApp, she's gonna send that link to everybody, can make sure they're signed in. And then look at what you've signed up for already and what you want to sign up for. Okay, we have Miss Roz Cooper. What would you like to say? Foundation.
Also, Rotary will be sending out the Rotary app. So it's going to be going to everyone who's registered for the convention.
Okay. So
We have everything in it we talked about now.
okay,
And it's easy to understand routes and everything. So it's going to be there. So look for it. It's going to be emailed to you.
oh, good. See, I didn't need to be here trying to confuse everybody. And Roz, since you're here,
Hi, Ross.
what is
Hi,
polio
Jen.
doing? What is Polio Plus gonna be up to at the international convention for us?
Actually, last year at the convention, we had a polio walk.
Yes,
There's not one planned so far yet. I'm
Okay.
hoping that we can get one together, and if we do get one together, I'll let everybody know. So
Okay.
that you be prepared to do the walk. So always put an in polio now shirt in your bag.
okay, great. Yeah, all of Hawaii District 5000 has been a fantastic supporter of Polio Plus. And that's because we've had Roz and wonderful people that head that for us. And we are that close, that close to eliminating. I mean, we're talking a few people in the world are known to have polio right now. So we need to get that over the edge and eliminated ASAP. Okay, so let's support Roz and Polio Plus.
I have one more question. I
Okay.
have one more question. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Do we
Eva.
have a shuttle bus to pick us up from hotel to the convention center, like at the Melbourne?
No, we will not have a special bus because we have the Singapore transportation is so fantastic. There is the public transportation is right in front of the hotel. And I understand that our lanyard with, correct me if I'm wrong, my understanding is that our lanyard that we're part of the convention provides us to be able to travel on that free during the convention days. Is that still correct?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Right, so it's best to go register as soon as possible to get it.
Okay,
Also, the Rotary they've been discussing about having buses at different locations, not at every hotel like they used to have, but they're discussing having transportation at different locations.
Okay, so they might have some, but the public transportation is, from what everybody has said, you said transportation, and it's right outside our hotel. So even if they give us buses, they might not give us one because our public transportation is right there. And we'll be able to get to everywhere we want to go so easily. So as soon as you come in, go to once registration opens, get there as soon as you can, because then you'll get your lanyard with your Rotary International Convention pass that we all get to wear around our neck. Like the cattle I own, we just mark them all with our ear tags. Hey, but it gives you free stuff, so it's worth it, right? So get register, and then that puts the pressure off of the registration later on too. Vernon, you had a question?
I have a question.
No, okay.
I
Cindy,
do. So we're arriving late at night. We're gonna go straight to the hotel. So the next morning, we need to make sure we have cash to take the subway or to the convention center, because we won't have the travel pass until we register at the convention center.
The subway, if you take the subway, you can easily use your credit card.
Okay.
It's very easy. It's like a turntable thing. You just scan your card and you go. And then when you leave the subway station, you use your card to scan it too. And that's how they charge you.
Okay.
Super
Okay.
easy.
good. That's wonderful news. Okay, and I love it. Thank you, Naomi, for the information. You pairing for all of that absolute correct information, because your parents live there. You've been there many times in the last year, and you're going early. And everybody for your questions, because when you ask those questions, I go, oh yeah, that's a great question. I wish I knew that answer. So thank you all for all the answers and for all the questions. All right, it's a little after 6. We've been on a while, so mahalo everybody. Look to your emails and to your app and get on the app, and we'll keep sharing information. And if you discover something, let us know, okay? Aloha.
Aloha, everybody.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
just let us know when the wine's ready, okay?